Well, hello again. Welcome to another edition of CropLife Retail Week. I'm Eric Sfiligoj, editor, CropLife Iron, here again with Laura Sowinski as we get ready to put a ribbon or a bow on 2023. Laura, how you doing?
Bows and ribbons. I think I've said that more in the last in the last week. I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I was
How-
going to say you got that nice backdrop there with the corn. That looks great. As you can tell, I'm in the office again, closing out the year in office one more time, one last time here in 2023. As this video airs, we'll be getting ready to say goodbye to 2023 and ring in a new year in 2024. And I guess kind of maybe hinting at 2024, I guess you have a news item to share with our folks before we dive into our year review. So have at it.
I do. So the good news is our viewers may recall the Panama Canal. We've been reporting on that over the last 3 or 4 months or so. The Panama Canal, of course, not at full capacity due to extremely and historic low water levels, making it difficult for shipping vessels to transverse the canal in a timely manner. So folks have been looking at alternative routes. The Suez Canal is another major thoroughfare for ocean-going vessels. And December 19th, some of the major lines, Maersk Line, for instance, the largest containerized shipping line, and others announced that due to numerous attacks on vessels transversing the Suez Canal, that they would discontinue that route and take a longer route around the southern tip of Africa. However, on Christmas Eve, Maersk Line did announce that they would resume shipping through the Red Sea and Suez Canal. And as of Wednesday, December 27th, Maersk was joined by other major containerized shipping lines. And so traffic is moving again through the Suez Canal, thankfully. Let me give you a couple other items here. So just how significant is the Suez Canal? About 12% of global trade, including 30% of global containerized traffic, passes through the Red Sea. So Maersk, along with Hapag-Lloyd, CMA, CGM, MSC, again, some of the major shipping lines have now all resumed shipping. So that's super good news. So for once, Lara comes through with something not as doom and gloom. So yeah, so that's my contribution for the day. What do you have?
Well, before we dive into what I have, of course, 12%. I know that not too many videos ago, you happened to hit upon a number that I ended up using in Fun with Numbers, but I'm happy to report that the 12% you're hitting us with in the early part of this video will not be appearing again in Fun with Numbers. I can promise that. So I was able to find a different number, thankfully.
Keep things fresh, Eric.
I am trying my best. So no, is again, as I say, this is our last video here in 2023 for CropLife Retail Week. Actually, I wanted to review a couple of things that the two biggest items I thought story-wise that took place in 2023. And I guess the first would be uh, I'm going to admit it, totally self-serving, because we spent a good year working on this, you and I both. The CropLife magazine was celebrating the 40th anniversary of the CropLife 100, and
Yep.
that issue appeared in December. So folks saw that out in the field. Um, to me, it's very gratifying. I've been working on the 100 since 2000, since I started with the magazine. And so a little more than half its life. I have been helping put the numbers together, compile all the information from the surveys. And again, it's very gratifying that after 40 years that, to have watched the marketplace for ag retailers have grown the way it has over just in 23 years I've actually reported on it,
Mhm.
going from a little over $10 billion total to almost 50 billion in that time. I mean, it is amazing the amount of profitability and money that have come into the marketplace. And again, I know it's very nice to know that folks pay attention to this, because I know when we actually earlier this month, when we posted in December our CropLife 100 listings, I'll admit it, I made a couple of rounding errors as I was entering information, and folks in the field were very quick to point out to me via email that, hey, you got this number wrong. That percentage is incorrect. Please change it. So couldn't do anything about it in the print edition, but online, the correct information is all there. And every year I get a note from a company or two saying, hey, we think we should be in the CropLife 100. And again, I find it very gratifying that folks still pay attention to this and use it as a benchmark in their yearly reports, and to kind of, brag to their competitors and friends that, hey, we made the CropLife 100. So
Yeah.
kudos to everyone who was on this year's list in 2023, and best of luck to everyone going into 2024. And if you think you can make the list, send me an email. I'll be happy to send you a form come August.
Yeah, that's great. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that because, again, as a fairly new employee here at CropLife Meister Media, it's been just around 20 months or so. When you and I did little uh, the visits to ag retailers across the country, and we visited co-ops and independents and the big nationals, and it's true, when I would visit and stop in, everyone was really, they loved the list. They found a lot of value in the list and they referred to it often. I think it's very insightful to see how the industry is changing, how their sector, what's going on with their peers. And they were always like, yeah, we're really happy to be on this list. And I know I've mentioned this so many times, but when I visited the folks at Sims in Kansas. I mean, they had every single magazine, they had the plaques, and they were so proud of that. And it made me feel so great. I was so thankful that I got to visit with them. And so yeah, that list is pretty great, Eric. And really, honestly, hats off to you for putting in the work that you do. It's great. I look at it a lot myself throughout the
Well, and
year.
again, I could not put it together, of course, without the help of all the folks in the field that are gracious enough to fill out the surveys for me every year and get me all the information. And I know I talked to several of them all throughout the year, asking them for information and data, and most folks are more than happy to provide it. So without their help, of course, we would not be able to put this together. So my congratulations and thanks go out to everyone in the marketplace. So
Yeah, indeed.
yeah. So, hey, something a little more, I guess, 30,000-foot view-ish for ag retail and the agricultural market here in 2023. In my mind, the biggest development this year, I think, would have to be, without question, the rapid pace at which we've seen the adoption and development of new ag technology.
Mm,
The systems coming into the marketplace, the development and application of drones in the field for application work.
mhm,
Autonomous vehicles, there's a lot of those out in the marketplace. I know we just did a survey that'll be appearing in our January issue, talking about what folks are planning to spend on autonomous vehicles in 2024. And the numbers are really eye-opening. I mean, 1 in 5 ag retailers is planning to spend more than $1 million on autonomous vehicle
mm,
systems next year. And again, that was by far the highest percentage for any ag technology in the marketplace, according to
mhm,
the survey we had just done. So, and it's pretty clear. I mean, if you attended the Tech Hub Live event we held in July, or even the one we have coming up here in January, Vision. I mean, there are a lot of folks at those events. Those events are geared towards ag technology and developments in ag technology, and it's something we'll be watching throughout 2024. I mean, everyone's interested in what's going to happen with AI moving into next year, and I am too. So again, keep
mhm.
watching the pages of the magazine, watching online, watching our videos, and of course, attend our shows And now I'll kick it to you, Laura, if you could, since I did mention vision. We've got that coming up here in less than a month.
For sure. And, I'm right there with you as far as, technology, particularly in the ag sector, and how quickly it's evolving, how the conversations just in this past year have changed. What was important, where the money's going to go to, like you said, a million plus investments into, AV. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, that's gives you it certainly is a bellwether as to, what's happening in the space. And like I said, I think, you mentioned Tech Hub Live and the Vision Conference, both, the Vision, of course, coming up, January 22nd through 24th in Glendale, Arizona. Um, they're both really good events, in my opinion, how they complement one another. Certainly, Tech Hub Live, talking about the technology itself, the application, the execution, kind of the nuts and bolts, maybe a little bit, if you will. The Vision Conference, certainly a little more higher level and more strategic, and the technology itself, developments that are underway, maybe things that are still in a proof of concept stage. Really, they're both very similar yet so different, and of course, now that we're, coming into 2024 and shooting out of the gate here, the Vision Conference, right around the corner. Again, thevisionconference.com. We have such fantastic speakers, in the last few weeks. Like I said, we really have filled in a couple spots that were open, and now it looks like full program, of course. I did want to mention, Women in Ag Tech will be co-located at the Vision Conference. So while the Vision Conference is January 22nd through the 24th, that's Monday through Wednesday, Women in Ag Tech will kick off on Sunday evening, and with a welcome reception, and then Monday the 22nd, the first part of the day, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., we'll have our Women in Ag Tech program, and then which will coincide with the launch of the Vision program with the welcome reception that afternoon. I did want to mention a few things about our Women in Ag Tech program. We do have a special agent from the FBI, and she will be talking about cybersecurity, risks related to ag, things that the FBI are watching and monitoring, as well as practical advice, strategies, and tactics, both for securing the ag supply chain. She is our keynote speaker on Monday, the 22nd. We have quite a few of our Women in Ag Tech ambassadors that will be on the program. The speakers on the Women in Ag Tech program include Bonnie Estes, Vice President at International Fresh Produce Association, Kathleen Glass, Vice President over at AquaSpy, Carolyn Val of Soil Tech Wireless, Nancy Borman, she's a PhD candidate. Nancy will be joined by Kendall Ray Johnson. Kendall is a young lady who is Georgia's youngest certified farmer. And then Joyce Hunter, Executive Director for the Institute for Critical Infrastructure Technology. Those three ladies will be on a program talking about the cross-generational success stories. Obviously, women in different parts of their career. So we're really excited about that. We're really excited to meet Kendall Ray. I believe she's 10. She may even be 9, so she's she's quite young. In addition, we have our ambassador Jennifer Goldston, founder of AgTech PR, will be on the program. Dr. Andrea Arias, VP of Data Science and Crop Testing at Yord Bioscience. Carolyn Gunkel of Fakery Drinker. Carolyn is also one of our ambassadors. and Bakery Drinkers are sponsored for 2023 Women in Ag Tech. Martha Montoya, CEO of Ag Tools. My friend and our ambassador, Jamie Forrest, President and CEO of Active Technologies. Susan Groenveld, founder of Sylvester.ai. And lastly, Cassie Edgar, independent board director for Pont Biosciences. So really a wonderful roster of speakers, great program. And again, we'll be co-located with the Vision Conference. So check out thevisionconference.com for more information on the Vision Conference, as well as our Women in Ag Tech.
Very good. Well, yeah, and of course, as we're doing videos in early January, of course, we'll be talking more about things going on in and around Vision and who will be there. And again, please, we'll hope if you hopefully you folks out listening to us, watching us, some of you will be able to join us, and if not, stay tuned to CropLife Retail Week in early February, and we'll have some highlights for you, I'm sure. So, all right, well, Miss Laura, we have to end as we always do. End the year, end the video on time with fun with numbers.
Okay, let's make it fun. Let's
I was
close
gonna
out
say, we'll see if we
2023
can
with a
end
good
on a
note.
strong note. So your number this week is 18 gallons. Okay.
Groaning. Yeah.
18 gallons. So, Miss Laura, is 18 gallons, is that A, the average payload of a drone in 2023? Is it B, the average amount of adjuvant used per sprayer load in 2023? Is it C, the average amount of herbicide used to control mare's tail in 2023? Or is it D, the amount of water weight I gained over the holidays from too much beer, wine, and other beverages?
What percentage of that would be the spiked eggnog, do you think?
A fair amount, I am sorry to say.
This one feels a little bit difficult. However, what was B again?
The average amount of adjuvant used per sprayer load in 2023.
I'm gonna go with B.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, we were talking ag technology. I thought you would have caught on that the actual correct answer is A. 18 gallons is the average payload of the agricultural drone in 2023.
Well, that's what threw me off, the average, because, I know there's quite a range, so.
There is quite a range, but everything is creeping up to the
Yeah.
higher range. So yeah, 18 gallons is where you're going. And I know that, folks are saying that 20 gallons, 22 gallons is going to become more the norm as we move into 2024. And then there's even one out there, I believe, that is promising around a 40-gallon payload capacity. So again, ag technology, ending on the note there. Sorry, Barbie Ferrari stays out of your reach for one more week.
That's okay. I'm almost getting accustomed to it. So
All right. Well, on behalf of myself and everyone at CropLife, that is a wrap for 2023. Thanks, viewers, for joining us throughout this year. We hope you enjoyed our videos, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next year. And until then, have a happy new year, everyone. Take care.
Happy New Year.
If you have questions or comments about today's episode of Retail Week, contact us by email or Twitter, or type your message in the comments section below. Your feedback is important to us. We will try our best to address your thoughts in next week's episode, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.